My name is David Jaffe. Welcome to the Wealth and Health Podcast, where you'll learn valuable skills and positive habits that will improve your life. This podcast originally aired as a video on my YouTube channel at youtube.com/BestStockStrategy. The Wealth and Health Podcast is brought to you by BestStockStrategy.com. The curse of making money. David Jaffe with BestStockStrategy.com, and in this video, you're going to learn the curse of making money and why oftentimes people who have a lot of money are worse off than those who do not have a lot of money. The reality is that many wealthy people use wealth as a way of filling an internal void. They use the money to validate their existence and to feel better about themselves. Money oftentimes becomes an addiction, where instead of being balanced, many people will become addicted to the feeling of making money, and they will use money as a proxy to fill in the self-esteem that they inherently lack. People become addicted to the adulation and the praise and the social status that money oftentimes brings. What frequently happens is that when you make a lot of money, you will expect people to look up to you because they will perceive you as powerful. The problem with this is the amount of sacrifice that it usually takes in order to obtain a lot of money is typically not worth the amount of pleasure that one derives from actually possessing that money. As a result, people who have a lot of money oftentimes become obsessed, and it also becomes an unhealthy obsession. Now, I know that this is blasphemous for many people, where oftentimes people put contingencies on their happiness and they think that as long as they make a certain amount of money, then they're going to be happier than they are in the current day. But I can tell you that the best way to be happy and to live a fulfilling life is to be very balanced. From my experience, after graduating from an Ivy League university and working on Wall Street, some of the most unhappy people that I met are also the wealthiest people. Now, on the flip side, people who do not have a lot of money are also stricken with a lot of stress, such as paying rent, groceries, and things of that nature. However, the best way to live a fulfilling life is to be balanced. Oftentimes, people have a misconception that more is better. But I'm telling you from experience that more is oftentimes not better. Having more possessions is not better. Probably the only thing where more is better than less would be experiences. So frequently, if you look at happiness studies, people who travel more, who meet new people, who experience different ways of life, those people tend to be happier than others. Because from my experience, I can tell you that during times when I'm depressed or not feeling well, I'm able to think back to positive experiences that I've had in the past, and that would give me a short-term dopamine hit, and that would give me a short-term mood boost. So remember, I know that it might be difficult to accept, but making money oftentimes becomes an addiction. Do not be envious of people who have a lot of money because you don't know what they've had to do in order to obtain it. Oftentimes, people have to sacrifice their individuality, their freedom, their honor, or they have to endure a substantial amount of stress. The best way to live a fulfilling life is not to drive a Lamborghini and live in an expensive house and fly private. Rather, the best way to live a fulfilling life is to have a lot of experiences, reduce your stress, have enough money where you don't have to worry about money, visit a lot of countries, establish strong relationships, and make sure that you take care of your health so that you are able and healthy as you grow older. David Jaffe with BestStockStrategy.com. I hope that you learned an important lesson today, that for many wealthy people, money and making money specifically oftentimes becomes an obsession by which they validate their lack of self-esteem, and they use the money as a proxy to fill in for the self-esteem that they currently do not possess. Maybe they had some struggles when they were younger. Maybe they had problems in their relationships with their parents. Maybe they had specific struggles when they were growing up, and it's been very difficult for them to work through these issues and to overcome them. but do not be envious of anyone. Visit BestStockStrategy.com and submit your email address to receive valuable free training. Please give this podcast a positive rating and review. If you have any questions, visit BestStockStrategy.com and send me a message.